Well, it's cold here in February. RV shopping chef here, and we have been waiting for an opportunity to get this particular video out on air conditioning. But it's 28 degrees this morning, so the air wasn't particularly useful. All right, that said, we've had sort of an intermittent air conditioning failure on the coach on our Wyoming trip. At the International Rally for Newmar in Pueblo, Colorado, we were able to get a diagnosis on that air conditioning issue, and it's not what you would think. Typically you would think, well, it's a compressor, or maybe it's an evaporator, or a dryer, all the big parts of your typical RV air conditioning. Then you think, well, maybe it's not that, it's a high pressure switch or a low pressure switch trigger. Those two things are often due to whatever your charge situation is in the compressor and freon system. But actually it's a little trickier than that and super cheap. And so I'm going to walk you through it and the diagnosis that we got, and then show you kind of what we had to do. So let's just take a walk over here. So let's just take a quick look down here. That latch probably needs to be reset. It's too loose. All right, here we are. On the Newmar, this is how you access your generator slide opening. And under the nose here that lifts up, you may be aware that there is another T-lever release here. Look, it's right up under here, under all of this wire. Newmar, for those that are not motorized, there is a release lever there. These are super nice. It's easy to get open. Bang, it's loose. There's your generator access. Just pull her out. There she is. She comes out easy. And you have access to a lot of stuff. And, by the way, there's your hot water drain right here. This is a handy little guy right here. I just drained all the water out of the system, and so it's good to check and see where we are. All right, now let's come over here. Look, here's all your air conditioning. By the way, down there on the bottom is your HWH controller. Right there. It's a little dark, but that's this guy. You know, we had to replace the primary relay on that. But here is your evaporator, right? By the way, your high pressure and low pressure lines are right here on the AC. Here it goes down. I think that's your dryer. And this is your evaporator. Now, how important is the evaporator? Super important. I've seen it freeze on our boat back in the day. But in fact, the evaporator itself, if things aren't operating correctly, has a fail switch. Guess what? Now that's the replacement. The one that came out of there is handy. And I'm going to tell you, if your air conditioning is intermittent, then what's happening? Your fan works, let's just say your fan works, and your compressor cycles in and out, but you can't tell why, and it may be random. That was this switch. And then just through vibration or as you throttle up the engine, the compressor would shut off. And we couldn't tell, is it a high pressure or low pressure warning? Neither. It is this switch right here. And this was a Chinese part. I think it was a Ranco part that failed. And when it failed, it would simply rattle around. And as you drove down the road, as it rattled, the switch would trigger on and off. And your AC might trigger 10 times in a row, and then it would stay off for, 200 miles. And your fan works, but your compressor won't turn. That is it. So look at your systems. There's the TempCon part numbers. This is a 2021 Newmar Dutch Star 4369. The systems vary, but you may want to check this. And sitting right there on the top, there it is. And I've got kind of the wire harness wire tied up just to make all these wires not stress the switch. These little flag ends connect right onto the switch. There are just two terminals on the switch, and it goes right on up into the top. All right, we're looking at the evaporator installed up on the dash. It's under the nose cap, so you can't see it. Let's try and get a look at the top of the evaporator. Okay, you're looking at the capillary tube right here. And the insertion angle really looks like it's kind of 45 degrees. So we're removing it now from the top of the evaporator, and it goes right into this hole. You can see here, there's the hole, and there's the capillary tube. And that's it. Okay, here you see the old capillary tube and the clutch control switch, and then there is the new part, A46-3122-030. That's our cross-reference part, and what I've done is I've bent the capillary tube to match the capillary tube on the old clutch control switch from Ranco. Ranco switch you can still find in new old stock, but we're not using a Ranco switch. So there is your replacement, and I've got that bent roughly the way that the capillary tube was set. Now we need to feed that in over the top of the evaporator at about a 45-degree angle and try to reproduce the path it came out. All right. We did manage to work the capillary tube all the way down inside the evaporator core. Apologize for the lights shining up in top of this. We'll probably bend that down without damaging the capillary tube and then trace it along the top of the evaporator. And from there, then you can see the tube comes all the way down here to the new switch. There's the switch, and it has a screw on the top and a screw on the bottom. You look at those holes, the new switch doesn't quite line up. So we're going to look at maybe bending that bracket to adapt the new switch, and then we'll have to make sure we have the correct wires in place. But right there, that is the capillary tube fed into the top of the TempCon evaporator and now loosely running down along the frame of the TempCon. All right, here you can see I've run the capillary tube in the top of the evaporator, and then I ran a piece of duct tape over the top to simulate the air conditioning tape that was over the top of the capillary tube before it went into the evaporator. And then down here you can see I put this little bit of protective coiling around the wire, the capillary tube. My goal there is just to try to protect it from temperature and whatever else, so that we get a true reading out of the evaporator. And so as long as your temperature falls inside that range, then it runs fine. And it's designed to prevent this from freezing up. So check this guy before, if you see that you have an intermittent air conditioner problem and you start guessing that it could be any number of things, high pressure, low pressure, compressor, evaporator, dryer, condenser, you go through all of this. But this shut-off switch, and you can bypass it. So the easy way to do is to dead short the two cables on the switch, and it will then lock the compressor open. Okay, do you want to do that really? So, lock the compressor open. What does that mean? It will run full time, and it will eventually burn up. So don't do that unless you're trying to get somewhere and you can control how long you're going to run that compressor. But it will tell you if the rest of your system is running properly. And so short that switch, verify that your compressor is triggered and runs. The whole rest of the system should operate fine. Your fan, in this case, the fan always ran fine. And so now the only question is, if you dead short that switch and the system cools, then you know that the freeze switch is the problem, and that is the freeze switch sitting up on that unit right there at the front of the coach. It is so easy to replace. Now I'm going to point out a couple of more things. Get back up in here. These freeze switches come with a capillary tube. I've put a little piece of wire covering on it, but that capillary tube is wound in a circle when you get it, and you unwind it and then shape it to your system. And so it's kind of a hard piece of hollow tubing that senses temperature. Don't break it, don't cut it. But here you can see right up here at the top where it goes over the top. It runs along the top of the evaporator, and then it goes right down into the bottom of the evaporator at an angle about like this. So I'm going to say that's like a 45 degrees most. It's a little tighter. Now I'm going to come down here and I'm going to set my air to on. There we go. And now what I need to see is I need to see the compressor clutch engage. And so there it all is. Let's go back and take a look at the engine. Silver pulley at the top of that belt running up to the black box, that is your compressor, and when it needs to cool, that fan clutch on the outside is going to kick in. Let's see if we can see that air conditioner cycle.